Do you remember the first time you encountered somebody who had that look of, I can kill you right now, and I go back and eat my breakfast again and finish that?
Yeah.
You remember the first time? What was that like?
Well, you remember the first organized crime search when I was on, where I had training to go in and do, raids, they call them then, or CQB, whatever you want to call it, search warrant, executing search warrants. It was actually at a hotel in Atlanta. We had a big case that was coming down, and it was like, I forgot what this guy was running, maybe 50, 100 kilos at a time of cocaine. And we had the marijuana connection too. So we had the informant call in the cocaine connection and then call in the marijuana connection. We were going to take them both down at different times at the same hotel. I mean, technically you'd think that'd be difficult to do, but it worked out well. Sometimes the plan goes to plan. When I got there, I remember talking to a guy who was senior. I said, this is my first time. I've been training with you guys a lot. It's my first time really hitting this. I mean, I've been doing stuff, investigations, been in some situations, but this is people who don't care. They don't want to go to jail. They don't care. I heard them talking to wiretaps and stuff like that. So I was nervous, fearful at that point. A lot of guys will say, hey man, or I guess civilians think they don't have any fear. You may hear somebody say it. I've never heard a real operator or a guy that's been on a SWAT. I never heard anybody that's been through anything real tough never say they didn't have fear. You have fear. As a matter of fact, fear is healthy. It'll keep you, by God, alive. I just asked him, and he's told me, he asked me a Christian guy. I was a Christian guy at the time. He said, look, man, he said, here's how I see it. They have a terrible situation if they don't believe, or if you didn't believe. We have agents that don't. He said, but you do. You believe in something that has eternal life. He said, if it's your day, it's your day. And nothing you can do about it. He said, the worst thing you can do about it, and you already know this from all the martial arts you do and the fighting you had in your history, and the ring and stuff, is to hesitate. He said, you've got to blast through, man. And he said, that's my only advice for you. He said, you just got to do it. And most of the guys around that kind of world are kind of like that anyway. And there's a reason for it. There's really no better advice. I mean, maybe somebody articulates it better. Maybe somebody's more eloquent at stating it. But at the end of the day, it's, dude, there's a time to evade and escape, do a squad attack and shift fire and flank. But most of the time, it's drive through. You're better off laying fire down and driving through somebody to live in that situation than you are doing anything else in the hesitation. It's almost like a boxer who just covers up the whole time. You're just going to get pelted and lose at some point. I remember it, and when I saw that dude, we took him down. You can tell a dude who, in their eyes, it's like a blankness to me, the way I describe it. It's like they're blank in there, like they just don't have any emotion at all. And you know they've killed. And that was the first one I remember. I know exactly what his eyes looked like right now. I know the position he was laying in. I knew where I was at. I knew what he looked like.